Arab newspapers discussed the events in the United States, where demonstrations took place in several cities after the death of a black-skinned citizen, George Floyd, by a policeman in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A video showing a policeman, kneeling over the neck of Floyd, 46, tried to fix it, and the man was saying, "I cannot breathe, please don't kill me." Despite the multiple angles through which writers discussed the topic, there was almost unanimity that racism against black people is still pervasive in American society. Police in anger. The protests grabbed the headlines of several newspapers, including the Egyptian Al-Ahram, which says, "After a riot night, America deploys 500 National Guard soldiers in Minneapolis," and the Jordanian Constitution that used the title, "Demonstrations sweeping several American cities in protest of the Minneapolis incident." For its part, the Lebanese An-Nahar highlighted the multiplicity of incidents of documented racism in the United States, and says, "From the death of a black man in Minneapolis to a racist incident in Central Park, phone cameras are increasingly used as a weapon against racism, even if the judicial systems do not always keep pace with them." On the Emirati Al-An news portal website, Ahmed Hashim wrote about the topic under the title, "I Cannot Breathe," a dark cry that puts the American police in the crosshairs. "It is real ugliness," one of the protesters was quoted as saying. "The police must understand that this is the atmosphere they created." Abdul Bari Atwan believes in London's Today's opinion that America is on the verge of a revolution against the escalating racism. He says, "This horrific crime documented by a passerby with his mobile phone camera reopened the file of persecution of black citizens at the hands of the police and some state institutions. Despite the passage of a year or more of the abolition of the laws of racial discrimination, differences still exist." He accuses the administration of President Donald Trump, noting that his arrival to the White House through the voices of white racists, and because of his adoption of their agendas, attacking President Barack Obama and his demand to return to Kenya, his father's birthplace, questioning his birth certificate, and his campaigns against immigrants and Muslims in particular, all the reasons that exacerbated the practices of racial discrimination in a country that claims to be the leader of equality and freedom in the world.